Hello. What we're going to cover today is potentiometers with an LED circuit, and this is going to be our final product. So when you spin the blue dial, it will make the LED go brighter and blink faster all the way until it blinks so fast it doesn't turn off anymore. To start, we're going to need 2 green wires, a yellow wire, the potentiometer, 3 red wires, a resistor, and an LED. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green wire from G&D, which stands for ground, plug it in there, and plug it in the middle of this blue wire, or this blue negative line. So that way, whenever I plug anything else into the blue negative line, I always have it connected to ground. The next one I'm going to plug in is taking a red wire from 5V. So down here is 5V. And then it's going to go from there to the red positive line. So anytime I hook up a circuit to, or a wire to the red positive line, it will always have 5 volts. I'm going to work on the LED first, and this is just like before. You take the long end of the LED, and I'm going to put it on the far side away from the circuit board. The reason being, I have the short side closest to the blue negative line, and that would be easier for me to plug in this resistor. So this resistor needs to be plugged into the blue negative line. The one last part of the LED is, in our code specifically, we're going to use digital pin 9. So plugging it into digital pin 9 and going on the far side to connect it to the same side as the long end of the LED shows us we have a circuit working, because the code that's already uploaded to it is still working. I'm going to unplug this just for now, so that way that light's not too distracting. The potentiometer has 3 prongs to it, and what I'm going to do is set the 3 prongs in the last 3 rows, and I'm going to have the 3 prongs be right here and in row F, so row F, and that way the other end of the potentiometer sits across the gap. No real reason to that, but it kind of makes it more stable if it can sit like that. On the left side, the furthest left prong, so right now the prongs are in 1, 2, and 3. In row 3, I'm going to hook up ground to the ground. So I'm going to hook up a green wire to the ground, and that shows me color coding that it takes it to the negative line. I'm going to use a yellow wire, and in row 2, the middle pin of the potentiometer, I'm going to hook this up to analog 2. So that's down here by ground and 5 volts, analog 2 or A2. And the last part is getting a constant voltage, so 5 volts. So I'm going to go from the right side, row 1, to the red line, which gives the potentiometer 5 volts. Plugging this back in, you can control how bright or how fast it's going to blink. Say we switch the code to something where we can control brightness and it's not just going to blink. In this code right here, we have the potentiometer called knob set into A2, so digital pin 2. This is an analog readout, and then we have the LED in 9, the value or valence at 0, and then we set the pin mode to output, and our brightness will be determined by the potentiometer. So as I spin it to the right, it gets brighter, and as I spin it to the left, it gets dimmer.